Good evening, everyone. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, thank you. So in yesterday's session, we were discussing about the meaning of BSC, that is Balanced Scorecard. The meaning of Balanced Scorecard, as well as we had discussed the four important perspectives related to Balanced Scorecard in the yesterday's session. So today we will be discussing the procedure for creation of Balanced Scorecard. So generally, 10 steps are there for creation of balanced scorecard. One by one, we are going to discuss those 10 steps which will help us to create a balanced scorecard. So the first one is vision and strategy. Now, under that, we need to define our organization's goal. So first thing we need to check is what is the vision of our organization and what are the goals which are being set by the organization. So first, we need to write the vision of the organization as well as the goal of the organization. Then the second one is the four key perspectives that we had discussed yesterday. We need to identify financial, customer, internal process, and learning and growth objective, or it is also known as innovation objective. So we need to then study the key four perspectives of the organization, that financial, next is customer, internal process, and growth. Yesterday's session we had discussed in detail, so we will not be again going back to what are those four perspectives and how those four perspectives under balance scorecard are to be framed. That we had already discussed. If anyone is having any doubt, please unmute and you can ask, or we will move on to the next point. Then once the vision is clear, once the four key perspectives of balance scorecards are clear, then we have to decide upon the key objectives of the organization. So the third step is set objectives. There, establish clear goals for each perspective. The four perspective which we had discussed, or which the organization has framed under point number two. In the step three, we need to set clear objective for each perspective. That for the financial perspective, what are the objectives of the organization? For example, the organization right now is earning or a profit of say 7%. Now they are trying to earn a profit of 12%. So that is to be clearly set. Then customer, uh, the organization wants to concentrate not only on retaining the existing customer, but they also want to attract new customers. So this way, the clear goals for each objective are to be established by the organization under, that is the step number three. Then comes the step number four. Step number four talks about matrix and KPIs. KPIs are key performance indicators. So that the organization has to then discuss about the matrix and KPIs, that is key performance indicators. Under that, choose measurable indicators that align with the each objective. Yesterday we had discussed that anything which can be measured. So the basic objective of balance scorecard is that everything in the organization, each process of the organization has to be measured. That will give a clear picture whether the organization is moving in a right direction or not, whether the organization will be able to achieve the target or not. So everything has to be measurable. We should be able to measure. So under the point step number 4, we need to choose measurable indicator. Yesterday also we had discussed that if uh, 50 employees are hired by the HR department, then we need to measure what, that whether the applications were shortlisted properly or not, whether the qualification or skills were checked of the new employees or not. All these things are to be written and they are to be measured against what? Against the performance of these new employees, against the time which they are staying in the organization, against the contribution these employees are making towards the profitability of the organization. So these things are to be measured. So what are the things which are to be measured is to be decided under step number 4, and that is metric and KPI. Set KPI target is step number 5, which decides on specific achievable benchmark for each KPI. 50 employees have been recruited. Each employee who has been recruited has to achieve this particular target after getting training of say 15 days. After receiving training of 15 days, when the person starts working individually in the organization without the supervision of the supervisor, maybe after 1 month, maybe after 2 months, at that particular time, the specific targets are to be given to the new employee. Then only the company will be able to measure the whether the employee is able to achieve the target or not. So if fixed targets are there, specific targets are there, it is easy to measure. If vague targets are there, vague targets or say general targets are there, that anyone who is doing good or whose report uh, sent by their boss, their manager, their supervisor is good, will be considered as a good employee, a effective employee. Now that is not measurable. Measurable means where figures are there, that this should be the output. A figure, proper figure is written that 10 units should be produced, 15 units should be produced by the employee. Whether the employee is able to produce that or not, we can measure if a benchmark is there, right? So benchmarking is done under step number 5. Then the step number 6 is identify the initiatives. Under that, determine strategies to meet the targets and objectives. Okay. Now we have decided on what will be the key performance indicators, and then we have also decided that how we are going to measure the KPIs under the benchmark prepared by the organization, against the benchmark prepared by the organization. So that is, once that is done, then the sixth step is that determine strategies to meet the targets and objectives. Come up with strategy. Okay, we have decided that these will be the KPIs and these will be the this is how the benchmark will be set by the organization. Now, how we are going to achieve the target, that, and which strategy we should be implementing so that we will be able to achieve the target set by the organization, that is to be decided under step number 6. Now step number 7 is resource allocation, which means assign necessary human, financial, and tech resources. So whatever resources are essential, 10 people are required. So make provision of 10 people. Say 1 lakh rupee fund is required. Make provision of that 1 lakh rupee. Some machinery, tools, equipments are required. Make provision of that particular machinery, spare parts, or tools. And that is uh, step number 7, that is resource allocation. Because if everything is, say, KPI vision is uh, set, we the organization has prepared the vision. They have decided on the 4 key perspectives. They have set the objectives of each perspective. They have drawn the KPIs also. They have decided upon the benchmarks against which the KPIs will be measured. Then they have decided the strategy also, which strategy will be implemented to uh, make sure that the organization is able to achieve the target. If the organization is unable to provide resources in the same in the manner that 10 people are to be provided to achieve that particular goal, instead of 10, if only 5 people are provided, so it will not be possible for the organization to achieve the target. So if it is being decided that 10 people are to be provided, 2 machineries are to be provided, some equipment are to be provided, some capital is to be provided, so all the resources which have been decided under the planning, that is to be provided, and that is resource allocation at step number 7. Then we will move on to step number 8. Step number 8 is BSC implementation, balance scorecard implementation. Whatever we had decided, discussed earlier, it is to be put into reality, and that is step number 8. Roll out BSC across your organization. That is step number 8. Step number 9 is monitor and review. Okay, implementation strategy was decided, resource allocation was done by the organization. Now, the time, the eighth step is now put the strategy into action. Start implementing that strategy. That is step number 8. Once the strategy starts moving, once the strategy has been implemented by the organization, then comes the step number 9. Step number 9 talks about monitor and review. Monitor what? Monitor the strategy, that whether we are getting the results as discussed or as decided or as planned. If we are getting the results as we had planned earlier, nothing is to be changed. It is a good strategy. It's to be implemented as it is. But if things are not moving as per the plan, then review is to be taken and some changes can be made. Next one is the step number 10 is evolve and improve. Under that, continuously refine your balance scorecard as the organization grows. So once your strategy is giving you good result, it doesn't stop there. That's okay. For years and years together, we are not going to change the strategy because the strategy is giving promised results, planned results, good results. But step number 10 talks about evolve and improve. Continuously check if this strategy can be implemented in a more refined manner, which is going to give us better results. If any change in the strategy is required as per the requirement of the market, that is to be continuously checked by the organization, and it has to some improvement should be uh, done continuously, and this is related to the 10 steps to creating a balanced scorecard. Anyone, if you have not understood anything, please unmute yourself and you can ask questions, or otherwise that is the end of our unit number 4. Now we will move on to unit number 5. Yes, so no questions are there. Okay. We will move on to unit number 5. Just give me 1 minute. I'll share my screen. Yes. So now we will. I hope you can see my screen.
Yes,
The
sir.
screen is related to red ocean strategy and blue ocean strategy. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So we will be starting with unit number 5. Unit number 5. Under that, we will be discussing two strategies. One is called as red ocean strategy. The other one is called as blue ocean strategy. Most of you might be aware of this particular concept. It is not a very new concept. It's a very famous concept, that is blue ocean strategy and red ocean strategy. So what is that blue ocean and red ocean strategy that we are going to discuss in today's session? On the left, you can see that some parameters are there. Against those parameters, we are going to differentiate between the red ocean strategy and the blue ocean strategy. So the first parameters against which we are going to differentiate is the competition. Now, when we talk about competition, where the competition is high and where the competition is less, that we are going to discuss. Now, in today's world, we are all are aware that the competition is very intense, the competition is very high. So, when we talk about red ocean strategy, so any organization which is implementing red ocean strategy, we can interpret that in that particular organization or in that particular sector in which the organization is working, competition is very high. So red ocean strategy, competition is high. Whereas when we talk about blue ocean strategy, competition is little to none. So competition under blue ocean strategy is less, or there is no competition. So blue ocean strategy is, if you understand the literal meaning or the meaning of blue ocean. Ocean, we all are aware that uh, uh, the meaning of ocean. Blue ocean, when we are saying blue ocean, the color of the water is blue. It appears blue, although the color is not blue, but it appears to be blue. So blue ocean, ocean is say where uh, there is lots and lots of water. It is say larger than sea. That is ocean. For example, Pacific Ocean. So if we are standing at one end of the ocean, and if we are looking towards the opposite side, so wherever we will be looking, or the length of our sight, or the distance of our eyesight, everywhere we will see water, water, and water. So blue ocean is a strategy where we can say the literal meaning is that water is there everywhere. So if we try to understand from the business perspective that like water, there is lot and lot of potential. Organization can cash on this untapped potential. That is what blue ocean is. Red ocean means that the ocean has become saturated, because in that particular sector there is high competition. When the competition is more, then we can say there has it has uh, led to saturation, right? So competition is high in red ocean strategy, competition is little or none in blue ocean strategy. Revenue, how much revenue the company can earn when it is implementing blue ocean and when it is implementing red ocean. So when the company is implementing red ocean strategy, the revenues are restricted but predictable. So less revenues are there. Reason is more competition is there. More competition is there. That means you are not able to increase the price of the product as and when you want. Even if you are unable to earn more profit, still you are unable to increase the profit. The reason is that the competition is more. The moment you will increase the price of your product, the other competitors will cash on in the in your place, because if they are not increasing the price of their product and you are increasing your product price of the product, your sale will come down and their sale will go up. So that is that happens under the red ocean strategy. The blue ocean strategy is unlimited and growing over the time, because competition is there. You are in a position to increase the price of your product. Why? Because there is very less competition or no competition at all. Then if we check compare on the parameter of risk, both the strategy, under the red ocean strategy it is predictable but might need verification and is grounded in the market research. So it is predictable. The growth is predictable. Whereas in the blue ocean needs to be verified, testing, landing pages, user feedback. Now, why it is predictable under the red ocean strategy? Because most of the companies, most of the competitors, or including your company, they have tried and tested various strategy under that particular sector, because many companies are operating in that sector. So it is predictable, if we are going to implement this strategy, what will be the result. We are aware of that. Why? How we are aware of that? Because we are aware that our competitor had implemented this strategy, and what result they had got. We are aware of those results also. But in when we talk about blue ocean strategy, the risk needs to be verified. Why? Because less competition is there. Very few company or no company has tried and tested a new strategy. So it is, the risk is more there. It is predictable in red ocean. Future outlook: red ocean strategy is oversaturated. Markets follow a declining pattern, likely to hit a growth plateau. Oversaturated markets means that the uh, uh, market has reached to its highest capacity. Now, slowly, the you might have read the last week news that the real estate sector in Pune is uh, uh, feeling say slowdown. There is a slowdown in the real estate sector in Pune. Last week news, and the sales have declined by around 21-22%. The reason is the demand is becoming less and the supply is becoming more. When there is a gap between demand and supply, then we see this type of result. Now, if we check the competition in real estate sector, many competitors have come in. Many real estate companies are competing, and that competition because of that competition, the demand is less and supply is more. Every company, new company coming up with new projects, new amenities, new facilities, they are providing to attract the customers. But what about customers? Customers are less and supply is becoming more. And that is going to happen when the market becomes oversaturated. Then again, 15 to 20 days back, there was a news that in the China, it is already there. Their real estate is under a big problem. The Chinese real estate. There, the entire new cities in China, they are becoming ghost towns. Ghost towns mean buildings are ready, new projects are ready, but the companies are unable to find buyers for the new project. Reason? Reason is same, that demand was less and supply was more. The government was giving various benefits, various schemes to the builders. So builders kept on say constructing the new project, but the number of buyers were not increasing. And again, the Chinese, the second important sector in China, which is feeling the heat, which is becoming oversaturated, is electric vehicle. Electric vehicle. So in Economic Times, there was an article, and in that article, they had shared the uh, figures, the details also, that right now more than 100 electric companies are more than 100 electric companies are manufacturing electric vehicles in China. So competition in China is at its peak, and they are competing with their own companies. Around 10 companies out of these more than 100 companies are considered as companies which are big companies, and they are earning profit. Rest more than 90 companies or more than 90% companies, they are unable to achieve their targets in terms of sale and in terms of profitability. So the Chinese experts are of the opinion that within a period of 3 to 5 years, more than 90% electric vehicle manufacturing companies of China will get closed. The reason is oversaturation. Supply is more, demand is becoming less. And that's the reason. Now, uh, uh, in the yesterday's session, we had discussed that suddenly we have seen that the entry level cars in India are seeing a surge in their sales. The trend is going upward. For the last few months, the trend was towards the downside, and now the trend is showing upward movement. We had discussed the reasons also why this is happening, why suddenly the surge is taking place. And the reason is that most of the companies, they are coming up with various schemes. They are offering various freebies. They are giving discounts to the customers. And because of all these things, the sale is moving upward. Now, same thing is taking place in China, and their freebies are far more than what is being offered by the Indian companies to Indian customers in India. One report had projected that the some Chinese companies are giving some Chinese companies are giving discount of around 90% to the customer. So you can imagine, if a car costs 10 lakh rupees in the market, the company is ready to sell the car for 1 lakh rupees. And this is the reality in China. And this reality has occurred only because of this red ocean strategy. Because each and every company was of the opinion that electric vehicle is a new sector. There is a lot of opportunity. So 10 years back, of course, it was a blue ocean. But now the blue ocean in China has turned into red ocean. Now the experts are saying that within a period of 3 to 5 years, more than 90% companies which are manufacturing right now the e-vehicles, they are going to close down because they will not be able to survive. If a company is coming up with a discount of around 90%, forget about any profits they will be achieving. It is not possible. But what they are right now doing is just to survive in the competition, just to see to it that their manufacturing is going on. The warehouse which were, say, over occupied with the cars, new cars, somehow they want to empty those warehouses. Somehow they want to see to it that their the manufacturing process, sale process, that is moving. It is not becoming standstill. It is not closing. Only because of that reason, they are offering that type of discount. Now, this particular situation, experts are believing that now it is China very slowly That particular situation will be there in India also. So after a period of 3 to 5 years, we will see that the companies which are offering say 10% discount or 12% discount and the other freebies, that discount is going to be increased. When it is going to increase? When the competition is going to be more, when more players are there. In India, we are aware that 4 5 players are there, or maybe 10 players are there. I'm talking about the Indian players, or the companies which are into say entry level, which are manufacturing not luxury cars but entry level cars, which cost between say less than 5 lakh rupees. So if we are having 10 companies, and now the 10 companies are struggling with to increase their sale of cars. Just imagine, with 10 companies, we feel that our market is getting saturated. What is the scene in China where more than 100 companies, the Chinese companies, they are manufacturing electric four-wheelers, electric cars. So what is their situation? So if the number of electric cars companies grows in India also, then in that particular uh, at that particular pace, then again there will be problem in India also related to sale of electric vehicles. So the future outlook is oversaturated markets in red ocean strategy, in the blue ocean strategy. Starting a new market preserves a pioneer position. Pioneer position means the company which has entered into a particular sector, the first, is going to earn the most profit. And we have seen the results also. Tesla was the first company which came into this particular sector. And it is the company which has earned most of the profit, because they were the only player, they were the first player. After that, the Chinese companies, the other companies joined in, they also entered that sector. But during that period when Tesla was not having competition, at that particular time they had earned enough profit, more profit. Now these upcoming companies, they are not in a position to earn the profit at in proportion to the profit which Tesla has earned. Why Tesla was able to earn more profit? Why Tesla was able to sell the car at a higher price? The reason, they were the pioneers in that particular. So if a company is pioneer, that company is say able to earn more profit. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Now, if we talk about the parameter of uncertainty, uncertainty in red ocean is low to medium. Why low to medium? Because all the strategies have been tried and tested. The results of this strategy, we are aware, because either our company had implemented that strategy or some other competitor had implemented that strategy. So we are aware of the results of a particular strategy, and that's the reason why we are saying that uncertainty is either low or medium when we are talking about red ocean strategy. But uncertainty is high when we are talking about blue ocean strategy, because this is why it is high, because no other player has entered in this particular sector, or very less competition is there. Most of the strategy which the company, if say 2 companies are there, maybe 3 companies are there, and there is lot and lot of potential, then as most of the strategy will be new, the results are unpredictable. Whether the results will be good, whether the result will be bad, We are not sure. So here the uncertainty is high in blue ocean strategy. Next one is target. Under red ocean strategy, the target focuses on existing demand, whereas under blue ocean strategy, the targets focuses on creating new demand. That is the difference. In red ocean, existing demand, the companies are making sure that whatever their existing demand are related to the market requirement, they meet that demand. But in blue ocean strategy, the targets are, they are focused on how they are able to create new demand in the particular sector, in the market. So that is very important. Now, you might have heard the name Airbnb. Most of you might have heard the name Airbnb. So this is a company which offers affordable, affordable and yet luxury stay, short time stay for frequent flyers. That if you are flying from one place to another place, and if there is a halt of say 6 hours or maybe 8 hours or maybe 9 hours or maybe 3 hours, so you want a place where you can take rest. Earlier, the options were that you need to go to a nearby hotel which is near to the airport, and you had to take rest in that particular place. The fares of the hotel were very high because any hotel which is situated near airport, generally the fares are very high. Whether it is a three-star hotel, five-star hotel, or a normal hotel, generally the fares are high. Why? Because it is uh, near to the uh, airport, and it is uh, the normal thinking of people that the person who can fly from one place to another place, or who is a frequent flyer, is having enough money, he can pay the fares. And that's the reason why the companies uh, generally charge high, which are in the vicinity, near vicinity of the airport. So Airbnb came up with an idea that if we can give a better short-term stay option to the flyers, that you want to take rest for 3 hours, maybe for 4 hours, maybe 5 hours, maybe 10 hours, maybe 12 hours, then we will be providing you better amenities, better facilities at a less price. So you are getting facilities like 3 star or 5 star, and the prices are say of a very say normal hotel, within a price of say 1,000 rupees, or maybe 2,000 rupees, or maybe 3,000 rupees. You are getting facilities which earlier you would have to pay say more than 5,000, more than 6,000, depending upon the hotel where you are staying for that short term. Now, this particular company realized that there is a potential, and now we are aware that many companies are now jumping into that particular sector also. So when Airbnb entered into this particular sector, it was a blue ocean strategy. No competition was there. They were the only company. So they encashed the profit. Why? Because no competition was. Now they are getting tough competition. Now the pod hotels have come in. Now pods, what the pods are doing, that in the airport itself, or very near to the airport itself, small say rooms are created, temporary rooms are created with the better facilities, best facilities. And if you want to say take rest in pods, it is far cheaper than the rates which of the Airbnb also. So earlier Airbnb was earning more profit because of now the growing competition. They are again their the profit has come down because of more competition. So that is why we are saying that uh, blue ocean, it is creation of new market, creation of demand. One company came up with the idea, okay, Airbnb, they are earning profit, so let's come up with a plan which will be offering same facilities, good facilities at a cheaper rate than Airbnb. So the iPod hotels have started coming in. Near railway stations, you will see, near the uh, some bus stands also you will see, and near the airports you will also see, in the vicinity of the airports you will see these type of hotels coming in. And the last parameter is competitiveness. Competitiveness, under the competitiveness, need to constantly outperform the competitors. So in the red ocean strategy, if you want to survive, how you can survive in the tough competition? You can survive only if you are able to beat your competitors, because more competitors are there. We had just discussed that more than 100 companies are competing in China, which are manufacturing the electric cars. One company comes up with a discount of 10%, the other company goes for 20%. And some companies are going to the level of 90% also. Just imagine the type of competition, because each company is aware that if we want to survive in competition, we have to outperform our competitor. Why the customer is going to purchase our car? If the same car is the customer is offered to the customer for same quality car, same features car at a lesser price, then why the customer is going to purchase my car, my company's car? And for that, if the other company, my competitor, is giving 45% discount, I will come up with 48% discount, or maybe 50% discount, or maybe more than that discount. Why? Because I want to outperform my competitor. I am aware that if I want to survive in this competition, I will have to make sure that I outperform my competitor. And when I am outperforming my competitor, what will happen? If the competitor is unable to survive in the market, that means one competitor is getting eliminated from the competition. And we have seen this particular strategy being implemented by Jio. Earlier, many telecom players were there. Idea was there, Airtel was there, Telenor was there, Uninor was there, Vodafone was there. So various many telephone or telecom operators were there. Many tele services company were there. And now the picture has changed. Jio came, and Jio started giving, say, freebies. When one company was charging, say, 100 rupees for selling the SIM, so you need to pay 100 rupees to purchase SIM of a particular company. And then the calling pack you had to purchase earlier. Then you had to purchase the internet pack separate. So everything was separate and everything had a price tag. Jio came with a marketing strategy that for 3 months everything will be free. So SIM will be free, calling will be free, messages will be free, and internet facility will also be free. They extended that to 3 more months. Why they extended? Because they wanted to make sure that they are outperforming their competitor. And the moment they started outperforming their competitors, slowly the competitors started getting eliminated from the market. And once they were aware that now the most of the competitors are eliminated from the market, then they started increasing their price tag. That okay, if you want 84 days with internet, 1.5 GB internet or 2 GB internet, you need to pay 849 rupees or 899 or 799. So this way they have, so from 99 to 799 they have increased for 1.5 84 days. So why they are able to achieve increase the price? So they are able to increase the price because they have outperformed their competitors. They have eliminated their competitors, and that's the reason they are now able to compete. Now, the moment some other companies come in, Starlink, if Starlink comes as a competitor, if another say some Chinese company can come in, if some European companies also join, because now it is uh, open market. Foreign companies, they are aware that if the Chinese company feels that there is saturation, and if the policies of the government are favorable, and if they are able to operate in India, in future this may happen. There can be. Right now the policies are very strict when we talk about the uh, uh, approval for business operations being given to a Chinese company. The policies are strict. But if the policies are flexible, if the policies become lenient in future, we may see that the Chinese companies, European companies, American companies entering in the telecom sector, and then these companies may give tough competition to the Indian telecom players. And the prices which we are seeing now, these prices may come down also because of that competition. So that is the main competitiveness in the red ocean strategy. Because red ocean, we can convert that red ocean. Now Jio was able to convert that red ocean to blue ocean. Now again that blue ocean can be converted into red ocean. We cannot be sure that now this blue ocean is going to remain blue for a period of 10 years. Things may change. Why? Because it is unpredictable, right? And the blue ocean need to improve and iterate upon value proposition. Value proposition means how our product is a better value option to the customer. So in blue strategy, because in red ocean we have seen that every competitor has to outperform the other competitor. Now BYD, we are aware that BYD is one of the largest electric vehicle manufacturing company in China, and it is the largest in the world. Other big company is Huawei. Other big company is Xiaomi. So these are the big players. Now these big players, what they are doing now in China is they are working upon how they can eliminate these small players from the market. And once the small players are eliminated from the market, only two, three players, big players are there. then they will be able to control the prices of. This is how we are seeing that how the Geo along with Vodafone and Airtel, they are able to say control the market. Why? Because most of the competitors have closed down. Same strategy the Chinese the bigger Chinese electric makers, they are trying to implement in China. Slowly and steadily, they are eliminating the small players because they are aware that if the small players are eliminated, they will be having less competition. And if less competition is there, then they will be able to control the prices also. Whenever they will feel, they will be able to increase the prices. So that is related to the red ocean strategy and the blue ocean strategy. The next is the six principles of blue ocean strategy. So the first principle is reconstruct the market boundary. Second is focus on differentiation, not on competition. Third one, create and capture new demand. Fourth one is break the value cost trade off. Fifth one is align the whole system of activities. And the sixth one is continuously evolve and improve. Most of the point we have already discussed in the previous slide when we were talking about the difference between blue ocean and red ocean strategy. Very quickly, within 5 minutes, we will try to complete this topic, and then we will stop. So first one is reconstruct the market boundary. So that is one of the principle of blue ocean strategy. We had discussed the example of Tesla, how they reconstructed the entire sector. Earlier, no one was having that idea that electric vehicle, there will be this steep growth in the electric vehicle market. So they were Tesla was the first company which came up with this particular idea. Airbnb was the first company which came up with the idea that better facilities, if we give better facility it as a at a cheaper price near the airport or in the vicinity of the airport, we will be able to get profit. So the first principle is reconstruct the market boundary. Reconstruct means we are exploring a new market. Next one, focus on differentiation, not on competition. Focus on how our product is different from the different from your product, from the existing product. So the focus is to be on this, not on competition. iPods are coming up, pod hotels are coming up. Now, the idea behind pod hotel is not, they are not directly competing with Airbnb, but what they are trying to project is that we are different from five-star hotel, we are different from Airbnb or similar type of companies in terms of service, in terms of easy accessibility, in terms of the near vicinity to the airport, in terms of the charges. So the company has to focus on coming up with differentiation strategy, how we can be different from the other existing players instead of competing with the existing players. Third one is create and capture new demand. Create new demand and then capture new demand. So people were thinking that yes, Airbnb, now this is the ultimate destination. That yes, we are getting best facility at a cheaper rate and in the vicinity. Then came these pod hotels. Then people start thinking, why I shall pay 2,000 rupees for that Airbnb room if I can get a similar type of facility, if not exact facility, for a price of say 500 rupees, because now the pods are charging per hour. So this is the third principle, that create and capture new demand. Create this demand, that where people are of the opinion that okay, only I need to take a rest for 2 months, say 2 hours or 1 hour or 3 hours. So the period is very short. But in that short period, instead of waiting in the airport lounge, can I take rest and get freshen up by just a small amount of 500 rupees or maybe 600 rupees? Best facilities, best washroom, best say sleeping beds are there, best facilities are there. I can charge my laptop, I can charge my telephone, a mobile phone. So all these facilities under the third principle is that create and capture new demand. Then comes the fourth principle, break the value cost trade-off. Break the value cost. So how Geo had broken the value cost. First, they came up with free, and then they started charging up. When they are aware, now we are able to attract customers. Now we have a strong customer base. Same thing, the pod hotels are also doing. Same thing, Airbnb is also doing. Same thing, Nintendo. Most of you might be aware that it is one of the say top gaming company. They are coming up with new games, and those games they are not having they are not using heavy graphics. So instead of using heavy graphics, lighter graphics are used, and the they are able to say give a better quality game. The speed of that particular game is improving. Why? Because the graphics are lighter, and people are getting attracted towards that. So that is what break the value cost trade-off. So instead of just concentrating on the price tag, you can break that price tag if you can create the value of your product. Next one is align the whole system of activity. So whatever activities are there, whatever your processes are there, all those processes are to be aligned from top to bottom. And last one is continuously evolve and improve. That we had already discussed. That continuously evolved and improve is you have come up with a new idea, you have started experimenting that idea, your idea you have implemented, that idea is giving you good results. So continue with that idea, but always try to evolve with that idea. Come that how you can improve that your particular product. So that should always be thought by the company. So these were the important six principles of blue ocean strategy. So we have already crossed the time limit, so we will stop here, and in the tomorrow's lecture we will try to discuss the other topics. Thank you everyone for being present in today's session. Thank you.